Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Delphine Konda, and on this channel I do make videos around self-empowerment. So we do talk scholarship, project management, and of course grants and fellowship applications. I am that person that loves to guide you, give you tips on how you can better yourself and gain access to international opportunities that would otherwise seem impossible. And today, if you have been a prospective Chevening applicant, I'm very excited to be doing an interview video with you all. And until the interviews are over, I will keep doing lots of videos tackling interview questions with regards to the Chevening scholarship. If you're new on the channel, I have over 20 videos on the Chevening scholarship because I was once a Chevening scholar. And so if this is something that you're interested in, please sit tight, watch this video to the end, and please do not go away. My interview was extremely short. I have heard from other people that they had quite a long interview session. I had like maximum 15 minutes. So these are some of the questions that I was asked during my Chevening interview. The very first question was that they asked me to tell them more about myself. What I did in answering that question is I didn't focus about my personal life. I did not introduce something new that wasn't already in my application, but I went on to talk about my leadership skills, talk about what I've been doing in the community because I work in the nonprofit sector, talk about my passion for women's rights and empowerment, talk about the key roles that I felt were important and strong enough for the application, but all highlighting my leadership qualities. I also talked about the fact that all of my community activism has led to different kind of international opportunities and awards and travel opportunities where I've had the platform to speak in international conferences in Africa, Europe, Asia, and of course Latin America. I shared all of this while I was explaining my leadership qualities and telling the interview panel more about myself. So I know for a fact that other people love to introduce new parts about themselves in these kind of questions, but I didn't do that. I did not introduce new things. I simply expatiated more about the things that I had listed in my application when I submitted it. So basically what I'm going to say is that if they are asking you to tell more about yourself, I would say from my own experience that don't introduce new elements, rather expatiate more on the things that you had said, because I just feel like if you introduce new elements, you don't know what you're going to say. That might lead to more complications and questions that might not work in your favor. So if they are already shortlisting you for interview, then just go ahead and repeat what you have said, but go deeper to talk more, especially if you talked about a particular skill that you have and it has evolved over time from between the time you submitted the application to the time that you're doing the interview. You may want to elaborate more on that as well. The second question that they asked me was, what would Chevening do for me that all other scholarships cannot? That question was something that frankly I expected, because I mean it's simply, why are you applying for this scholarship? Anybody that is applying for any opportunity, not just a scholarship, even if you're applying for a job, you should be able to justify why that particular position, why that particular thing. If you go to the Chevening website, you see the year Chevening started, you see the number of people around the globe that have been Chevening scholars, you see the positions of Chevening alumni. Some are governors, mayor, vice presidents, you know. So it's really a prestigious scholarship. That's something that you should first of all be talking about. Talk about the people, like normal people who are Chevening scholars in your own country, in your communities. Talk about the things that they are doing. In my own year, frankly, I knew them. I named people. I was naming Cameroonians that I know that are Chevening scholars. I even said that I am interested in Chevening because I looked at the life of the people that were Cheveners before they went for the scholarship and when they came back, I saw a big difference. And that's why I also want to go through that route, because I believe that it's going to change and impact my life positively, as well as my community, just the way that I've observed in their own lives. I gave names that the interview panel obviously knew. And it's not like I was talking out of my head. These are people that I knew, I followed on social media, that I've followed their work. So that's something that you may want to check. Give the statistics from the website. Talk about people from your community. If there are some famous Cheveners that you know, talk about them. But particularly talk about the ones in your country and the thing that they are doing. It will make the interview panel to know that you really, really know this. And if you know any other difference between Chevening and another scholarship, then definitely go ahead and pinpoint that difference. Another way you may want to look at it is maybe you talk about the impact that you feel that Chevening will create in your life, in your career, but don't only focus in your own life, also focus in the community, because Chevening is interested in leaders that will bring change. So Chevening is all about the rolling effect, snowball effect. If they impact you, they want to see the impact that you will create in your community. So don't always focus on yourself, but as well on the impact that you're getting the scholarship is going to create. The third question was why a second master's degree? Because Chevening is my second master's degree that I had, and so I justified it. My first master's degree I had a master's from Belgium in governance and development policy, but I went on to work in the development communicator sector. So I wanted to do development communicator to hone my skills and become an expert in development communication, as opposed to just being an expert in development. And at the time that I was submitting my application, I had a job in the development communication sector. So I explained that switch was because I am already working in the sector, and I feel that having the degree is going to help me and better master my craft. On getting back, I gave them a clear career path of what I wanted to do, and that involved development communication. And I think that the fact that they gave me the scholarship at the end, they were convinced with my explanation. So if you are somebody that is also doing a second master's program and they kind of ask you this kind of question, so maybe you should be thinking already about the answers that you want to give them. One of the interviewers also asked me if at the time of the interview I already had any admission offers from one of my schools. And to be honest, at the time I already had two, because I applied for LSC, SOAS and Sussex. I already had SOAS and Sussex, and I was waiting for LSC, so I already had two. The last question I was asked was that I should list one problem affecting each of the 10 regions of Cameroon and propose one solution for each of the problems that I had listed in 1 minute. And I had to go like a, like speed dating marathon. Like the interviewer will name one region, I will give and he will say problem, I will give it, and then he will say solution, I will propose. And I think I went to like 4, 5 or 6, something like that. And then he said stop. And then they thanked me, and they were very polite actually. One of them even walked me to the gate of the British High Commission where I did the interview, and thanked me and said that they were going to get back to me. Everybody was polite, and they were really nice. They tried their best to keep me at ease, So that was it about my Chevening interview. I am going to be sharing more and more tips on the interviews and how you can approach questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section of this video, or you can go to my Instagram at delphine.conda and ask me any question that you want me to interpret. You can DM me, and then I would reply to the questions or answer the questions. And I promise not to mention your name. I'll just answer the question so that you can have an idea how to approach it. So guys, I hope that you did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching to this point. And of course, until we meet again, do not forget to create some impact.